and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this today. I am Emmy and I'm here with a makeup tutorial. It dawned on me the other day that we are 1 week away from September. That is just nuts. It's crazy. How is it already September? Like, that's... Oh, this year has gone by so fast. I'll mention something because I haven't mentioned it before for those of you that have been watching my videos and are subscribed to my channel. I keep changing backgrounds because obviously, as most of you know, I'm new to YouTube and I'm still trying to get it all together. So I realized the other day that I had this lovely, what I used as a tablecloth for my wedding a few months ago sitting in my closet, and I thought I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out and use that as a background. I was doing it in my room last week or the last couple videos, which was great. I found that the lighting actually comes through really nicely, like the natural lighting. We're out here in the living room, it's a little bit darker in general. I still have my studio light going anyway, because obviously you guys need to see what's going on and you do miss a lot when there's darkness in the room. Anyway, so if I keep switching backgrounds on you guys and it's annoying, I'm really sorry, but at some point I will find my favorite and I'm gonna stick to it. So moving on, what this video is about today, we are gonna do a fall look, and I decided I wanted to do a really intense dark brown smoky eye. So that's the look I'm gonna go for today, and let me go ahead and get this tutorial started for you guys. So to start off, first step, from the lids. I usually do this with whatever concealer I have handy. So I'm gonna use my Tarte in medium, and I'm gonna use that as a base. And as you can see, it didn't slather it on, you just need a little. And then I'm gonna take my Morphe spongy thing, beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna tap that in all over my lid and basically all over where I plan to have shadow. Not that my shadow is gonna go all the way out here, but in case I decide it's gonna be smoked out a bit, it picks it up well and it stays where it's supposed to. Anyone new to my channel, you guys will notice that I don't have any face makeup on. I always do my eyes first because shadows have fallout. I don't care how good your shadows are and how much of a pro you are, you're gonna have some fallout, and I just don't like cleaning up makeup with makeup. My personal thing, I just really prefer not to do that. Leave me with full face and all done up at the end, but for now, let's just focus on the task at hand, which is getting this smoky brown eye look for fall. All right, so lids are prepped, and then second step, I always go to a natural shadow, just like a white or something very skin toned, not too white if you're tanned. Something that's gonna blend with your skin, and put that all over the lid, and that helps smooth out the lid, so that way when you start doing your eyeshadow, it all blends much easier. For this look, I decided to go into my Morphe 35R. So this is a 35R palette. I think it's one of their newer ones. I mean, it's not so new anymore. It's probably, I don't know, 5 months old or so. Everyone was raving about it. And I went and picked it up because I thought the formula was gonna be a little bit nicer than their older shadows. And I was super excited about it. But when I got it at home and I was working with it, it felt just like all the other Morphe palettes. That is my honest opinion. I don't think it's any different than any other Morphe palette I have. I'm not hating on them. I am just saying I don't feel them any different than any previous palette. So anyway, on that note, I'm gonna dip into this color here. So it's not white, as you can tell, it's kind of a nude shade. Tap out the excess, again, to help avoid some of that fallout. And then I'm just gonna sweep this all up in my lid. I don't don't know why I make noises. Why? Why is it necessary? I think it's like part of my ADD. I just can't sit still or have it too quiet. Yee. Although, do you totally hear the kids playing in the neighborhood? They're just having a ball out there. Isn't it early? Isn't it like before 10 a.m.? This is crazy. I don't know. I've never been a morning person, even as a kid. I mean, maybe obviously like as a toddler, because that's what toddlers do to annoy their parents to death, is that they're all morning people. It's crazy. Anyway, but you know, as like a kid, a school-age kid on, I was never a morning person. So you would not find me up screaming and excited by whatever time it is right now. That was not gonna happen. Lids are prepped. Next color I'm gonna go ahead and pick up is going to be this color right here. 1, 2, 3rd from the top. Top right. It's kind of a warm brown, and I'm gonna put that down as my transition shade. For my first shade, I always just use a fluffy brush. It honestly doesn't matter what kind of fluffy brush, as long as it's a kind of medium to large fluffy brush, it makes it easier to put that first shade down, that first like neutral shade, and then I go in with a slightly smaller shade size. As you can see, I used a brown on it previously. This is the Morphe R35. I only tell you the numbers just in case you're curious, because I know when I was YouTube obsessed and watching everyone else, I did want to know what they were using. But in reality, it can be any kind of dome-shaped fluffy brush that's used for blending. Transition shade, I always start it in the corner of my lid and then bring it up to the crease of my lid, and then just kind of start blending it upward above my crease. I like it to go well above my crease, because this is the one that is probably gonna peek through. This is only my second time going into this shadow ever since I've bought it. I really do like this color. It's beautiful. It reminds me of, oh God, is it Cocoa Bear or something like that from Makeup Geek, which I lost, but I used to have it and it was one of my favorites. So I do really like this shade as like a medium warmish brown. When you put down your transition shade, I realize I do it a little different. I always bring it all the way down to the corner because I want to transition from every step, or I want to use it as a transition to everything, essentially, to the darkness in the corner, to the lid, to everything. So that's how I do it. But a lot of people just do the transition shade kind of in their crease and just blend it upward a little bit, and that's it. And that is totally okay, that works very well as well. This is just my preference. Transition shade done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab a smaller brush, probably something flatter, and I'm gonna start packing on one of these dark browns in with my Morphe B84. It's flat, but it's still a blending brush. It's not completely thin or smooth bristles, so it's still a little fluffy, but it's like on the flatter side. I'm gonna go for it. I want something dark and intense, and I'm gonna go into this color here, which is the darkest brown color. All right, guys, wish me luck. Just packing that on my lid. gonna go ahead and now that I have that dark brown down, I'm gonna go, it's a brown, but it almost it's like a brick brown, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go into this brick brown and start blending that in to kind of smooth those edges out and also warm it up a little bit because, hey, fall is for warm browns, right? If there's any season you can go nuts on warm browns, it should be fall. So that's what we're gonna do. Again, it's just kind of a fluffy blending brush. This is the Morphe M505 that I am using. Putting it down right on the corner and then just blending it upward and into my crease. I'm gonna drag that almost all the way in. I'm stopping kind of right here, so I'm not going all the way in. After I see how that's looking, then I'll decide if I wanna bring it in, but it probably will be after it doesn't have as much product on the brush. Brushing outward, trying to start smoothing those edges of the eye. And yes, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in. The kids are so loud outside. But honestly, I can't do this in any other area. This is the best I got. Sorry, guys. And the trick, especially when you're doing a more intense look of eyeshadows, is to blend. Don't be afraid to use your fingers, as you've seen me do a million times, to kind of smooth little parts out. You know, when you see something and it really bugs you and you just need to get at it like right then. That's basically what I use my fingers for. I'm like, nope, oh, that's not working. So, anyway, nothing wrong with that. Your fingers are a great makeup tool. So I think as intense as I want it, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this other eye, and then I'm gonna use my mirror to make sure there's nothing funky going on, because sometimes it's really hard to see on camera. So now switching back to my transition shade brush, because it has basically no product on it anymore. That was the M43 by Morphe. I'm gonna go ahead and just smooth it out on top. I don't want any of those weird lines or anything like that going through it. I just want this to look smooth, smooth, smooth. Going back in one more time with my to that dark shade, that dark brown. I'm gonna intensify just right here again because I feel like I blended it too much and it's not as intense as I want it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more dark brown and then we're gonna blend this all over again. The trick, blend, 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 blend. And when you think you blended enough, blend some more. So this time I'm gonna be really careful to only leave it near the center of the lid. I don't want to darken the edges up. This is because I don't want to have to spend too much more time blending, but I know it's important, as I said a second ago. So as you can see, I'm trying really hard not to take it all the way to the corner. That way blending isn't as needed. Just kind of keeping it right here. I'm going back into my original blending brush, the one I had picked this one up on. I'm gonna go back to my mirror so I don't over blend, and I'm just gonna, whoa, that's intense, okay. My face is on. I went a little, I used a really shimmery blush that I hadn't used in a long time. I was still feeling summertime, which it's okay because it is still summer. Along with this brown smoky eye for fall, I'm gonna go ahead and define my brows now that I've done them. So I'm gonna lighten up right underneath them and put a little inner corner highlight. And for that, so for underneath my brow, I'm gonna go in with this nude shade, the one we originally used to cover the lid before starting the shadows. Well, before officially starting the shadows. And I'm placing that just under the brow to kind of just give it an extra pop. Instead of using an inner corner highlight shimmer, I'm gonna take that same nude and I'm gonna mix it with this color here, which is kind of shimmery. So it's not ultra shimmery, so it doesn't like look weird with the full matte look. And I'm just gonna put that right there. So it's very discreet. It's nothing too intense by any means, but just a little something something. To finish the eyes, I did say I wanted smoky, right? All right. Let's smoke this baby out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Morphe M508. It's just a small smudger brush. You can use a really small fluffy brush too, but I just don't like to, again, because I have just fallout issues. I have major pet peeves and that's my own problem. So I went ahead and dipped into this brick brown color here. And then I'm just gonna come right underneath the lashes and kind of start putting that there. And then to intensify it even more, just on the outside, I believe, I'm gonna go ahead and take that dark brown, the one I used on my lid. And I'm just gonna put that right on that outside and about halfway through. Going into this brown, which is almost just as dark, but a tiny bit lighter. This is scary, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna take my M322, which is a really tiny dome-shaped blending brush, and it kind of is pointed at the end. So I'm gonna just dip a little into that and try to put it right here on this corner. That seems weird, but basically I'm trying to make what I just lined or smudged out at the bottom of my lash kind of start moving upward onto the upside, so it's not such a straight angled line. Do you see that, the difference? So that's what I'm gonna do here. That looks so creepy, right? And so now it's like a smooth transition to the top versus just like a flat line looking thing. For eyeliner today, I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter eyeliner. If you guys like this eyeliner, which I do, I actually decided I really do like it. I bought mine at Nordstrom's Rack. They have them for like $10, where they're typically like $20. So it's a really, really good deal. So I'm gonna line my upper waterline. See that darkness, how it just got super dark? Oh, and obviously I'm doing my waterline underneath as well. Sorry, totally didn't tell you guys that's what I was about to do, but clearly you guys just saw that happen. And for some mascara, aww. So typically when I do false lashes, I do a little bit of mascara underneath, and then I do the falsies, and then I most of the time do a little mascara on top. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Oh, the mascara I'm using by Urban Decay Perversion. Yeah, that's the mascara I'm using. I really, let me throw on some false lashes off camera because I'm kind of in a hurry now. And I'll show you the final look. This is the final look. I have my lashes on, everything's all done. If you see a little glue, it's because it's not fully dry yet. I kind of started running out of time. And for those that are subscribed to my channel, you probably noticed I have a lot less hair. So yeah, I recently got a haircut, chopped it all off. I'll talk about it more in my next video. But yeah, so this is it. This is the final look, my brown smoky eye fall look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful, tutorial wise for you. And I'll be back next week with another video. I want to go ahead and I still am planning to do a video trying out the Kiko Milan brand, and also I picked up a bunch of stuff from NYX that I want to try out that I haven't tried before. So I'll probably combine those videos and do that next, but I just was feeling very inspired to do a fall tutorial, so this is it. I actually really love those browns in that Morphe palette, the 35R. They're absolutely amazing. Like I said, I've never had a problem with Morphe shadows. It was just, the only thing that bothered me is that all the rave about how the formula felt different and they felt softer and more buttery. Honestly, I don't feel that, I don't see that. But they still, Morphe shadows have always blended well and they've always worked well. So I have no problem with Morphe shadows. I still love the palette. I'm still glad I bought it. I just don't think it feels different than their other palettes. On that note, thank you so much again for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will be back next week. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that way you can get notified every time I post a video. I do post weekly. I plan on keeping it up. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.